On October 1st, 2017, at the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival in Las Vegas, Nevada, gunshots were fired outside of the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay. Between 10:05 and 10:15, 58 people were killed and 851 are confirmed injured. All of these events were orchestrated by one lone gunman. To this day, over a year later, his motives are still unknown, as he has no prior criminal record or mental health issues. As the events were unfolding, many people, myself included, felt a sense of helplessness and want to help, and some were brave enough to volunteer their own services, giving trucks, wheelbarrows, and any sort of service they could provide to help get the multiple victims to the hospital as fast as possible, as the ambulances were too packed with traffic in order to reach them in time. As the days passed, everyone in this country was filled with more questions. Questions that, unfortunately, never received an answer. Media outlets that would have a focal point blame had no source, had no reason. The simple fact remains that the Route 91 killings are still unknown for motive. What is known, though, is through the tragedy of losing all of those innocents and all of those innocents injured, the people of Las Vegas came together. For the first time in my lifetime, I truly felt proud to be from this city, as I saw people I knew and people I cared, kind people, selfish people, poor and rich, all taking their time to help those in need, donating blood, money, time, sources, and everything that they could to help the victims. It was the first time that we ever felt unity in this city. And through that unity, a somewhat catchphrase came to pass: Vegas strong. Now, many may not know what that means, but ultimately it means that we are stronger together than we were apart. And the events through the Route 91 killings showed that in our time of need, we relied on each other and we cared for each other. One of the simultaneously kindest and polarizing things was having over 200 writers and creators come together to create a comic book. But not just any comic book, a graphic novel of multiple short stories with some of the greatest comic industry artists and writers, from Gail Simone, Neil Gaiman, J.H. Williams III, and many others, from local to national artists, all coming together through their grief in order to create something beautiful through tragedy. And rather than go into the details of what's in the comic, I'd rather share two of my favorite stories and plead for anyone to please go and buy this book, because all of the proceeds go to the Route 91 charity. None of it goes to the artists, all of it just goes to the victims and the families of the Route 91 massacre. Rather than me ramble about how the Route 91 massacre affected me, I would much rather give it to creators and let it speak in their own words. I hope you guys enjoy. Please share this and pass it along to people. Let me go back to the words that made me. Now as the mouths and eyes obeyed me, the words that I found when my mind betrayed me. Let me remember the words that wound me, the times that I hid from the words that found me, the words that I hear when the night comes round me. Let me untangle the words that burned me, that stayed in my heart and my mind and turned me. Here in the twilight, the children spurned me. Words, they have power to hurt and heal us. Open our insides and show us the real us. Words that divide us while words reveal us. You must imagine the words that built me. Insults that opened my chest and spilled me. Words that were worse than the shots that killed me. This is the end of the words you give me. This is for you. You will all outlive me. This be my epitaph. Please forgive me. Whoa, you're from Vegas? What's that like? Pretty much everyone asks that. All Las Vegas natives get that question a lot. And while not always genuine, I've always got an answer. It's just like the movies, I swear. I don't know, I've never really been from anywhere else. Dude, it's crazy. All I do is gamble and go to Cirque du Soleil. It's hot. Very hot. It's like anywhere else, but with more booze and slot machines. I can't really blame tourists for asking. Vegas is a weird place. It's unique. But at the same time, it's an alien version of other places. Exaggerated. A parody. I guess people expect me to be different too. Do you live in a hotel?
You see lots of celebrities.
Are you really good at gambling?
Are there skulls there?
So do you go to strip clubs all the time? Shoot, man, I would if I lived there. And sure, it's fun to play it up. Well, if you're tight with the mob, then living here is pretty cool. But if I'm being honest, living here isn't that different from living in other cities. Sure, stores and restaurants are open later, and you can get a drink anytime. That kind of stuff. But the reality is, like anywhere else, you get up, get stuck in traffic, and get to work. And like anywhere else, Vegas can be pretty dull. But that's not really what most visitors want to hear. People vacationing in a place they think is exciting don't want to be told it isn't. And they don't want to be lectured to. Oh, and it's Nevada, not Nevada. Vegas sells itself as someplace crazy and amazing. It sells itself so well that no matter where else you go,
Whoa,
you're from Vegas? People wonder.
what's that like?
It's not so bad. I mean, it's always something you can talk about when you're meeting new people. It's a great icebreaker. Oh, you're
Wow,
from
you're from
Vegas?
Vegas?
What's
What's
that
that
like? It can get to the point that you don't expect any other questions.
Whoa, you're from Vegas? Are you alright?
Excuse me?
Well, with the shooting yesterday and all, you know.
Maybe they're right. Maybe us Vegas natives really are different. Maybe our perspective is unique. But when something like this happens, something that happens far too often these days, we don't feel very unique. Like anyone else, we feel the sadness and despair. We deal with the rage. And we help. When things get bad, we come together. And we help. In whatever way we can. Big or small. So, what's it like to be from Vegas? Genuinely, it's pretty amazing.